Here again with another tutorial on how to use um, our new press release research platform, which basically brings in public company news on across North America, US, and Canada for stocks with under a market cap of $2 billion. Although we can turn the spigot on anytime we want to go higher than that, but we're sitting here, that's where all the alpha is right now, so we like to perfect that piece of it first for our platform and show you how it all works. Usually, often when I'm talking to you about opportunities and how to in the stock market and how to use this platform, I'm often just basically talking about how to make alpha or how to make money or maybe make a trade or put an interesting stock in your pipeline to research it later. Well, today I want to show you though how to use it for maybe portfolio protection, protecting or preserving alpha. That you always, releases are not only used to find alpha, but maybe to identify risks. But sometimes all these risks are not going to be listed in a press release, and management teams might not want to bring out that risk, through that venue, so they maybe do that on the conference call instead or the earnings call when they have earnings. So I want to show you a case right now of a situation where a stock had a earnings report. It wasn't even that good, but where the earnings call itself actually highlighted a red flag. Now you can have red flags from a 1 to a 10, where 10 being the worst, where maybe you want to short the stock. I mean, if you don't own it, maybe you might own it and you want to sell it. So let's look at that over here real quick. And this is even good to know if you're looking to buy a stock and you saw that a red flag that you should be aware of. And so we have this thing here on the Substack called information arbitrage tear sheets, basically. InfoArb tear sheets, you can see that. You can let's go to the main page, which is basically a compilation of all stocks that we cover and associated tear sheets with them, which basically breaks down the press release versus what was in a conference call. And I'm going to show you one today on ULBI. That's what we're talking about here. And you can see we have a ton of these sheets already up. We're still backloading the system. I think we're actually caught up. Now you'll see these reports come out on a pretty current basis. I think within 12 or 24 hours is our kind of goal. So whenever a company reports earnings, we want to get this and then have an earnings call. We like to get everything published between 12 and 24 hours. Here's what it looks like. This is the old version where it just showed you the difference. I showed you a topic that was in the press release, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe it was only an earnings call, but then we break it down into two columns. Was that topic in the press release, and to what significance, and was it in the earnings call, and to what significance? And then we basically analyze the significance. The new sheets, which I'll show you here, if we just go to frequency, now has a breakout of the actual earnings results, and we'll have company description soon, and we'll keep expanding things. Actually, the new ones also have, addition to the InfoArb kind of search, we'll have positive insights, and then we have negative insights, and then different types of risks and analysis below that. So let's go back to ULBI. And our subject again here is protecting portfolios. So if we go to the company's fourth quarter release, I guess that would be 2024. And you can see here we have earnings calls. So we have that API now, which makes it easier for us to do this analysis. We even have also the transcript. So you pull it up. You see the transcript right there. That's nice. All right, so basically, let's go to that fourth quarter right here. Basically, a block quarter, nothing crazy. Sales were flat. Adjusted EBITDA was down, so it wasn't even a good quarter. But what is a stock I'm watching? We now have a profile tab, which you can look at the profile of the company, engages in the manufacture and sale of products for power solutions. Excuse me. It operates through the battery, energy products, and communication system segments. Okay. So I think that's kind of useful for us. I'm really trying to build this seamless research process for you. So when you go to the InfoArb tear sheet, though, what I noticed pretty quickly was an internal controls topic. So we caught that it was not mentioned in the PR, but in the conference call, it talked about a material weakness disclosed in 10K, new accounting hires underway. Now, look, I don't want to alarm you and say that's always a bad thing. I mean, you'll see that often in small cap and nano cap companies that don't have a big accounting staff yet, and maybe they don't have the right systems in place to maybe to detect fraud or detect inconsistencies, even if it wasn't fraud. Um, so, but it's something you want to know. And if you own the stock, you might not be selling on that. If you're looking to buy a stock, you might not, you know, it might not influence your decision too much, but you still need to know that information, I think, as an investor. So that's basically a quick kind of tutorial on how to really protect your portfolio or be aware of certain risks that might influence your decision to buy, sell, or hold a stock. You know, have more of these in the future. A lot of times what you'll see in these situations is a company will have a release, maybe even good earnings, stocks up. You know, it's on a 4 o'clock. You know, the stocks go up after hours during the earnings call. The company mentions that they might be they're going to file a shelf, for example, the next morning. This actually happened in one stock I was following before, and a lot of these nano cap companies aren't really followed too well on these calls. So there's a very long time of discovery of that. So you could potentially, if you own the stock, sell it maybe at a decent price when it's up in the aftermarket. If you don't want to be there for the shelf, maybe even short it on the next morning. And I think there's a case study I can show you where that happened on a stock I was following. But I'll look for that and maybe make that another tutorial for us all. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. There'll be more of these coming along the way. You know, our goal really here is to help you create alpha, help you protect alpha, and give you a great new tool here to help you make your research process more efficient, especially if you use press releases as a primary research tool. And don't worry, alerts are coming really soon. We're just testing it right now so you can be able to set alerts of a variety of things on stocks you're watching. And we also do have the API to bring in here for SEC and set our filings. We really want to concentrate on the press releases right now because there's a lot of alpha to teach on this and really help you understand how we think you should use press releases before just overloaded with a lot of other information. But if you're patient, we're building something real special here, and I guarantee you'll love what we bring to you. So anyways, thank you, and I'll talk to you soon again.